Boom.
Hi, every pony, and welcome to Macintosh and Mod, the show about My Little Pony from two adults who love it in spite of their children.
Welcome to Macintosh and Mod. I'm Diana, aka Mod.
And I'm David, aka Macintosh.
It's Season 5, Episode 20, Hearthbreakers. Applejack is excited to celebrate Hearthwarming's Eve with Pinkie Pie's family, but finds that her friends have different ways of enjoying the holiday. Yay, it's the holiday episode!
It's Pony Christmas, and also it's the first time Macintosh and Mod have ever been together.
In the same episode, and we get the full Pie family. We get all of the Pie family and all of the Apple family, which is always super fun.
The Sweet Apple Acres Apple family. The Apple family is very extensive.
Yeah, but like the main group.
It's true. Do you think there's an extended Pie family out there?
Probably.
Wow.
I mean, we think they're cousins, which just makes sense. I mean, they even make the joke, the apple pie joke here.
Would they do like a barn raising, but Amish style song? So we do raise that barn, but it's very choral and low instrumentation.
No.
We just gotta go get Fiddly Twang.
Fiddly Twang!
All right, let's do this.
All right. So it's wintertime in Ponyville. There's snow everywhere. And Pinkie Pie has come down the chimney covered in soot at Twilight Sparkle's castle. Happy Hearthwarming Eve!
Shucks, Twilight. Y'all done it up nice and cozy in here.
We're about to hang our hearthwarming dolls if you want to join us.
Oh, that's mighty sweet of you, but we're just stopping in to wish y'all a happy hearthwarming before we go.
I think it's sweet that your families are spending the holiday together. Thank you, Expo Twilight.
I mean, that's barely Expo.
But it explains exactly what's happening. Picture the most fun-tacular thing you can think of. Now multiply that by infinity. Woo! It's going to be great.
That's us. See you later. Now can we open presents?
And Applejack has turned around and started to leave. This stops her in her tracks.
But tonight is Hearthwarming Eve. Every pony knows you don't open presents till tomorrow.
When Spike and I spent our first Hearthwarming Eve together, he couldn't wait all night to open his presents. Ever since then, we've always opened them the night before.
It's kind of like our tradition. That's not how our family does it, and I reckon it can't be how Pinkie's does it. Is it?
No, sirree! To each their own, I suppose. Gotta go! Bye! And Spike reaches for his gift, and Twilight nods, and he tears it open, and it's
just what I always wanted. A book.
My little pony, my little pony. Oh. We're on the Friendship Express, and we're gonna meet our rando ponies now.
Chancellor Puddinghead Puddings. How about a Wendigo Frosted Snow Cone?
Okay, we've got our rando ponies. It's Niall Page, Real Article, and Kathy O'Mara. This is a parody of the two gentlemen from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. It's the Steve Martin and John Candy characters. And then you've got Catherine O'Hara, the mom from Home Alone. It's those three. They're adorable, and they're our rando ponies.
How did I miss this? I
told you about this months ago when I sat down to start researching my rando ponies.
I didn't even see it. Oh, man.
I'm mad at you now.
Oh, I'll see it here in a minute, and then it'll be burned in my mind forever.
It is precious because they're all huddled up together, except for Kathy O'Mara. She's staring out the window because she's sad.
Because she needs to get home.
She's got to get home to her child. I have to get home to my son. So we've got the whole Apple family, you know. We've got Granny, Apple Bloom, Big Mac, and Applejack, and Pinkie Pie. They're all riding together.
It's so exciting. Related or not, it's going to be a hoot having our families together under one roof.
Apples and pies together again for the first time. Maybe. Unless we're related, which maybe we're not. I think I just confused myself. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Together again for the first
time. Maybe. Unless we're related.
Oh, boy.
Love it.
Friends or family, this here's about togetherness.
And Apple Bloom pops up. Her face is covered in rock candy. Have you tried the Equestria flag crepes? The blue is blueberry, and don't tell Granny I saw, but her trunk is full of presents.
Now hang on, Sugar Cube. You know Hearthwarming isn't just about candy and presents, right?
Uh-oh. That's your boring sisterly lecture voice.
And Granny is snoring.
Mm-hmm.
Afraid so.
And now we cut to a gingerbread and candy cane depiction of the first Hearthwarming Eve.
Which we've seen before.
They're doing a very quick review.
A long time ago, the Earth ponies, Pegasus ponies, and Unicorn ponies weren't friends.
I don't like you. I don't like you either.
Pinkie Pie is playing all the gingerbread people.
Mm-hmm.
But then, the icy chill of the Wendigos almost iced up everything. So the ponies decided to work together, and their friendship drove them nasty critters away.
Beat it, Wendigos.
Triumphant, they raised a new flag to celebrate all three tribes, and Equestria was born.
And Pinkie Pie has bitten into the flag.
What happened to the flag?
I don't know.
Is that why we celebrate with a flag raising tomorrow?
Mm-hmm. And tonight, we'll have the traditional Hearthwarming Eve dinner to remember the shared bounties of our ancestors.
We do that too!
Then we'll hang our Hearthwarming dolls over the fireplace to remind us of the warmth shared on that fateful night.
That's what our family does too!
And tomorrow, we open presents.
Sounds like the apples and the pies do everything the same way.
Of course! We might be related! Hey, I was going to say that! Stop saying what I'm saying! You stop it first!
Yeah.
Oh, Applejack and Pinkie Pie are too in sync. This cannot go well.
That doesn't bode well for
No,
the
it never
universe
does.
at all. So we cut over to the train station, which looks very much like something from the Flintstones. It just does. It's made out of rocks. I'm so happy. I need to make up a new word for how happy I am. What about rooftastic?
Rooftastic?
As in, I'm going to stand on the roof and yell to everybody how rooftastic this is. And she does this. And then the snow falls to the ground.
On all of the apples.
Yep.
What if our families don't like each other?
We are friends, Applejack. And after tonight, our families are going to be friends too. Do you know what that means? Number of apples times number of pies is 24. Minus my pre-existing friendships, plus 1 for Maud, and you makes 5 from 24 is 19 new friendships! Maud!
When she says 19 new friendships, 19 Pinkie Pie hooves come into the frame.
And they're all around the frame of the screen. It's crazy.
How? How does she do this?
She's magic and a Time Lord.
So Maud has arrived.
I'm so excited to see you, Pinkie Pie. You too, Applejack. I hope you had fun sledding yesterday.
How'd you know that?
Isn't it obvious? There are specks of intrusive andesite on your foot. It's a mountain rock. And Maud picks up her hoof.
And there's rocks on there.
It's
So
like-
Maud's getting real good with the rocks.
Yep.
Oh, she's good.
How's school going? If you thought quartz was high on the Mohs hardness scale, wait till I tell you about corundum. I missed you so much! I'm just going to say this. It is really fucking hard to go between Pinkie Pie and Maud because I laugh at this so hard and I have to make my face droop in order to do Maud. And it is so hard. I love it.
Oh, boy.
So we get to the Pie family rock farm and we see glowing rocks in the yard. It's so cool. It's the first time we've fully been here.
This place looks amazing.
Come on, every pony. Meet my super mega wonderful family. Every pony, meet every pony.
Surely thy name is not but Granny Smith. I am called Igneous Rock Pie, son of Feldspar Granite Pie.
Thou shalt know me as Cloudy Quartz.
May Providence favor thee well, and to thou comfort our humble homestead bring. Y'all gabbing with words real funny like. What'd you say them names were? Iggy? And I'm just gonna call you Big Mama Q.
I love this.
Yay, Granny!
Oh, and now we get to meet Limestone. Gaze into the eyes of Limestone Pie. Ma and Pa may own this rock farm, but I keep it running. Cross me and... Captain Grumpy! No one's gonna mess with your precious mine. Or Holder's Boulder. And she smacks her hoof. Everybody stay away from Holder's Boulder. There, happy now?
I love how she just drops all emotion and it's just like, la 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 la. Fine. I've said this to literally every pony who's ever been here.
God. And this, I love it because that is just such sisterly, bickering. It's precious. It's like, God, can't you be cool for a second, Limestone? Fuck you.
Limestone's so angry. Captain Grumpy.
I'm going to call my sister that next time I see her.
Aye, aye, Captain Grumpy. And you must be...
This is Marble Pie, my baby sister, who's only a few minutes younger than me, but she'll always be a baby to me. Isn't that right? She's so excited to meet every pony. Oh, and she wishes you all a happy horsewarming eve. And like Marble Pie is just like, mm-hmm. She's very cute and shy. And if she's only a few minutes, they would technically probably be twins.
Yeah.
But my understanding in this pony world is that if they're twins, they're explicitly called twins. Otherwise, they're not.
Mm-hmm. 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 Guess Pinkie Pie always did the talking for her.
Attention! And she's on top of the boulder. What'd I say about the boulder? I'll just be a second. Every pony gets settled in. There's plenty of room upstairs. And then it's time for Hearthwarming Eve dinner.
And the confetti is red and green.
It is.
I love it.
It goes everywhere. And so, like, then Pinkie Pie gets down and she's walking with Applejack.
So far, so good, cousin.
They're very excited. So the Apple family is in the room. Apple Bloom is jumping on the bed. They're super excited. Oh, I can't wait to taste their fresh sweet rolls. There's my favorite part of Hearthwarming Eve's dinner.
I'm more of a 6-layer bean dip filling myself.
I love that too. Oh, Applejack, do you think theirs will be even better than ours?
Well, that's a mighty tall order, but it wouldn't surprise me in the least.
Are you excited for dinner time? Because guess who is? Spoiler alert, it's me.
So they're coming down from the attic.
And they all sit down, and it's rock soup.
It's green brothy soup.
With rocks in it.
What about hot rolls and mulled cider and double-baked pot pie? What about 6-layer bean dip?
We have rock soup. Potato, double take pot pie, rock soup. Dinner is dinner. Am I right or am I right?
Uh-oh. Yeah, you know what? This is what we were expecting. Right, every pony?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Is everything all right, Applejack?
Of course. I'm just being a rusty fiddle. Tune me up and let's get back to dinner.
And so, like, she tries to eat it, but it kind of makes her gag and cough.
Because she gets an actual rock.
Yeah. More rock, please! And so, like, they pour more. Eat up so we can get our hearth-warming dolls.
Now that's something I know about.
So we cut down. Everyone's in the mine, and they've all got pickaxes, and they're picking at little rocks.
Tink, tink, tink.
Who wants a hearth-warming doll?
Are you saying that a rock is a hearth-warming doll?
Don't be silly. Our dolls are these little pieces. Isn't that right, Marble Pie? Mm-hmm. Marble Pie is just like, okay, yeah, uh-huh. And so what we see is that they've taken a rock and they've used a pickaxe to basically carve it into their silhouette.
Uh-huh.
So that's their doll, and that's cool.
That is actually pretty cool.
Yeah. Our dolls are rocks, and like Big Mac is doing his, and he actually breaks his pickaxe.
Y'all don't have traditional crochet dolls passed down in your family?
You're just a frown factory because you got a weird rock. Cheer up. I'm sure you'll do great in the flag finding mission.
An Applejack's rock.
It looks like a potato.
It's like a weird bean potato that somehow has 2 eyes and a smiley face on it.
It's absurd. I love it.
It's like what I would make if I was a 4-year-old with clay. Like, it's not great.
No. Let's be clear. It's what you would make today.
Yeah. Okay. Let's be honest. I'm real bad with any
David is not allowed
materials.
to arts and crafts.
Unless it's prepackaged art that I'm collaging together.
No, you're a fan of paint by numbers?
I'm a huge fan of paint by numbers. I also like collage and mixed media.
And coloring.
Performance art is
Come
great.
around to coloring by force of the children.
Yeah, but don't make me draw the actual image.
Yeah, David will cry.
I will.
Oh, time for my favorite story about David ever. When he was in first grade, he bribed one of his fellow classmates to do all of his artwork if he did their math homework. And then he got in trouble, and his mom said, that's management material. He's delegating.
Gifted and talented, baby.
That's my favorite story about you ever. Limestone? Okay, so now it's time to do our flag finding thing. So everyone's outside, and Pinkie Pie is getting everybody set up.
What finding what now?
Limestone Pie, you're the judge. Big Mac, Marble Tie, you're team 1. Apple Bloom, Maud, you're team 2. Ma, Pa, you're going to be with Granny Smith. Don't think of it as team old. Think of it as team 3. And I'm with Applejack, of course, since we might be cousins. And she's blushing because she's so happy about that.
So, now that we're all split up, mind telling us what we're doing?
As everybody knows, stay off the Holder's boulder. Sheesh! And so, like, Pinkie Pie was on Holder's boulder, and now she, like, jumps down. When the 3 tribes united to form Equestria, the first flag was sewn by Nimble Thimble. It's tradition to raise a flag on Hearthwarming Eve to celebrate that famous day. Yeah, okay.
All right.
But who gets to put the flag on Holder's boulder.
You mean sit on the flagpole?
No, silly. It goes on the highest point. And who's the lucky pony?
Well, traditionally, it's the youngest.
On your marks, get set, go!
Pinkie Pie, will you please tell us what's going on?
I'll explain on the way!
Ah!
And she just takes her down into the mine.
I will say one quick thing. The use of tribe, not so good.
I don't love it.
There's a better word out there. It's just a bad word choice that I do want to call
it
out.
hasn't aged well.
Well, but this was only like 3 years ago.
Still,
Just,
it's not great. It's not great.
Stay away from that word. Just stay away from it.
Unless you're referring specifically to the indigenous people or you are an indigenous person, it's just not a great word. Mm-hmm. No, not great. So we're down in the mine.
I still don't understand.
Earlier today, limestone pie hid an obsidian stone. Whoever finds it gets to raise the flag.
It's all just so complicated and rock-based.
Well, how else will we do it? Which is very true. I mean, if you go to Applejack's house, everything is apple-themed. It all is, and that makes sense for her.
Applejack's missing the bigger picture here.
Yeah.
And right about this moment, especially when we get into the quarry, is when the worm turns for her, where it stops being a, oh, this is a bad, vacation, to, oh, you're making this bad. This is a real interesting negative Applejack episode.
Yes, where like she needs to change her perspective on what's going on.
Yeah, because it gets real dicey.
It gets bad, uncomfortable. Well, how else would we do it?
I don't know. I sure hope every pony else is having a better time.
And so we cut to Marble Pie and Big Macintosh. They're searching, and they're like super far apart from each other, but they're outside the house.
And barely doing anything, just kind of barely digging.
They're just like staring.
Yup. Yup.
And then we got, another part of the yard, we've got the Team Old.
So how'd you meet this Iggy feller?
We were chosen by the Paring Stone and betrothed within a fortnight.
The choosing stone decreed, thou shalt love one another, and lo, it was so. Hoo-wee, I got to look into this old-fangled choosing stone thing. You reckon it knows any apple farming hunks? Indeed so.
They're gonna have Granny Smith up with a boyfriend.
Granny's looking for a
farmer. She's looking for a farmer.
Farmer stallion.
I love it. I love it so much.
Whatever happened to the exterminator pony? They could get together.
He retired.
That's true. He was also fictional and in Apple Bloom's head, but
All right, so we go down to a mine and it's Apple Bloom and Mod Pie. What does this rock look like? It looks like something that formed when volcanic lava cooled quickly. Oh. Have you ever wished you could turn into a rock? I had a dream once I was an apple. We have a lot in common when it comes to thinking about turning into things. And this makes Apple Bloom smile.
And it makes Maud smirk.
It's so sweet. It's like, oh, we're a little off. It's so cute.
We have a lot in common turning into things.
Like, it's so bizarre in the best way. I love them. Okay, so we go back to Pinkie Pie and Applejack. They're still in the mine. Found it! And she's got a picture of the obsidian stone.
A picture? I've been looking for a real stone, Pinkie Pie.
That would be weird. Do you know what this means? I get to raise the flag, and now it's time to hide the presents.
Y'all, hide your presents?
Of course. What's more fun than getting a present? Finding a present. Although most years, no pony finds one.
So no pony gets presents?
Yeah, not usually.
So let me get this all straight. You're only allowed to eat rock soup for dinner, then the pony who finds this rock gets to raise the flag, but not really because you don't got no flagpole, and to top it off, you don't even get presents?
Well, it doesn't sound very fun when you say it that way.
Well, how about you picture this? Both our families opening presents, raising the flag.
Picturing it, loving it. And so then we cut to, we're outside the house. Good night, every pony.
Good night, Pinkie Pie. Full little house. Waltons.
Waltons. It's very Waltons.
I needed a good night John Boy bit.
Yep.
Limestone would have been John Boy. Get me out of this house.
Y'all better be quiet and go to bed.
We've got to do something, y'all. Pinkie Pie's family's never had a real hearthwarming. Fuck off, Applejack.
Oh, fuck.
This is the moment where I was like, oh no.
You's bitch.
Is that really what she said? Well, I'm sure it's what she meant.
These are their traditions.
Yup.
And why is Big Macintosh on the top bunk? He's on the top bunk almost squishing Apple Bloom in her bed.
Maybe he likes to be squeezed in and cozy.
Well, that's weird.
I don't know.
It's weird.
He's a weird guy.
Little one's on top.
I know they have their traditions and we have ours, but I just want them to see how much better theirs could be.
Oh, no. So it cut to the next morning. Everyone wakes up and they go into the yard and it is all decorated with lights and wreaths.
I love how Pinkie wakes up. The light slowly come up on her face and then her eyes just go bing.
Hearth swarming, hearth swarming, hearth swarming, hearth swarming.
Oh my. Oh my.
What happened to my farm?
It's Hearthswarming apple style. We've been doing everything your way. I thought we could mix it up a bit. Marble Pie, you could raise the equestrian flag up this pole because you're the youngest pie. Ma and Pa Pie, we'll cook you up a meal you'll never forget. And look, we all get presents without having to find them.
Yeah, this is going to be great. All the stuff she said. Right, every pony?
Pinkamena Diane Pie, truly thou cannot favor this madness.
Well, I want to be one big family. But what about what we usually do? I don't know. Don't make me choose. Oh, no.
I didn't mean to cause a fuss. Well, why don't we just open presents around the flagpole? It'll be fun, you see?
Excuse me? You planted your pole on a fault line. And so, Maud's pointing to where the flagpole has been installed, and all of a sudden, the ground breaks, and Holder falls down into the mine, the giant boulder that they're not supposed to touch. No!
Oh, boy.
Yep. So now they're taking down all the decorations, and the Pie family is being kind of mean about it, but they're pissed. And they're allowed to be pissed. You didn't have to ask them to leave! They wanted to go. We don't need any pony forcing their way into our family. This is all a misunderstanding, every pony. I know Applejack, and she'd never do anything to any pony. Look around, Pinkie Pie. It's going to take me ages to get this rock farm back on track. And how are we going to lift Holder's boulder? This is all her fault. Then it's my fault, too. So we cut over to the apples in their room. They're getting packed up.
Probably best if we head back to Sweet Apple Acres. Maybe in time we'll be friends again, but for the now, it's best if we give them a little space.
I wish we didn't have to. I really like Maud. She's sweet once you get to know her. They all are. Worst heartwarming ever.
Has anybody seen Applejack?
And so we go down in the mine, and Applejack and Pinkie are in the mine, but they're on opposite sides of a stalagmite.
Yeah.
And so they don't realize the other one's there.
I'll really crack the corn this time.
I really popped the piñata this time.
Pinkie Pie?
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here? I came here to think. You did? So did I. Oh, I'm too ashamed to go back up there. Your family, my family, they all must think I'm such a nincompoop.
Oh, no one thinks that. Pushy, aggressive, mean. Oh, I'm not helping. Sorry.
Pinkie Pie does the perfect blunt call out while still being adorable, light, fluffy Pinkie Pie.
And this was the character trait that I loved in Sugarcoat, whom we met in Equestria Girls Friendship Games.
Yeah. Pinkie Pie's always had this. We saw it when she kept shouting at Fluttershy about singing.
Yeah, it was great.
I'm sorry I forced my traditions over yours. I don't want you to have to choose between the family you were born into and the friends who love you like one. I really hoped we could be one big happy family. I guess not.
Don't say that.
I wish I could stay, but I have a train to catch.
Happy heartwarming.
You too.
So now the Apple family is waiting on the train. The windows are starting to fog up. And so as Granny Smith starts talking, she starts drawing in the window fog.
I love Granny so much.
Granny Smith's perfect here.
You want to know why Holder's boulder's so danged important? Well, now, their great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather Holder Cobblestone, he found that boulder in a dragon's nest, older than time itself. He built the family farm around it, even though it was just an ordinary rock. It always brought them good luck. Oh, crickets! That is important. I got so caught up in the things they were doing, I never asked why they did them.
And now a present falls down from the luggage rack of the train and smacks Applejack.
To Applejack from Pinkie Pie. Cousins forever.
You just found your first pie's hearthwarming present ever.
Only Pinkie Pie could hide a present on a moving train. What a great tradition. Stop the train!
So we cut over to the Pie family rock form, and the Pie family is down trying to push the boulder. Come on, you boulder! Come on! Ah! I'm pushing as hard as I can, too. It's hopeless!
Need a little help?
Apples! What do you want?
I wasn't trying to take your traditions away. I was trying to share ours. I was so focused on us being one big happy family, I thought we needed the same traditions right away. What I should have done was learn about yours and teach you about ours. And over time, we'd make new traditions together. I'm sorry, y'all.
Well, don't just stand there. We got a boulder to move. And I'm in charge.
And I do like here, though, she's bossy, but she smiles in that way of, we all know Limestone's in charge, but she's also a good pie.
Yeah. And so they all start pushing together. I think we just invented our first combined tradition, pushing Holder's boulder out of the quarry. I can't wait for Applejack to knock it over next hearthwarming.
And they laugh.
Oh, laughing. And so then we see them. They've got all the rock dolls out, even Applejack's weird one. Apple Bloom and Maud are looking at rocks, and then they bring out the yummy rolls. And Marble Pie and Big Macintosh are smiling at each other and also blushing. There's a little flirting going on there. Marble Pie, you want to wish Big Mac a happy hearthwarming, don't you? And you too, right, Big Mac? Mm-hmm.
Yup. And let me see here. If thou asketh me, thou too art, okayeth in my book. Yeehaw.
Oh, I love them. I want a whole episode of just them talking to each other. It's amazing. So then Applejack goes to actually open up the gift from Pinkie Pie, and it's a giant rock. Happy hearthwarming!
Happy hearthwarming, Pinkie Pie.
And they hug. Attention, every pony. Maud wants to sing some hearthwarming carols that she wrote. Oh, yeah, great.
Cool.
The first one is about rocks. They're all about rocks. Hearthwarming is great, like calcium silicate. What a wonderful day, as good as mica or clay.
End of episode.
Oh my god. I love the Pie family so much. Pinkamena Diane Pie. I just want to state for the record that I am aware that Maud's name is Maudalena Daisy Pie.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. He sounds like Ron Swanson, and it makes my heart so happy.
Yeah, a little more formal because
yes.
he's obviously Amish.
Yes, but in the best way. It's so funny. I'm so happy with life right now. I am. I'm so happy.
It's the first time our namesakes have appeared together.
They're in the same room. Yeah, I love it.
And Maud and Apple Bloom are like besties now.
They're so cute. Some of it is just Apple Bloom is so curious about why Maud loves rocks. Mm-hmm. And Maud is just enjoying sharing that with her.
Maud has someone to talk to about rocks.
Yeah.
Not everybody wants to talk about the rocks.
Like Apple Bloom may not care about rocks, but she's curious to learn what is it about rocks that you love.
Well, maybe, that folds into her whole purpose of helping people find their inspiration.
Maybe she'll help another pony get their rock cutie mark.
Probably not.
I don't know. I honestly have no idea. All right. Well, until next time.
Bye, every pony.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to review and rate us on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you listen to your podcast. For questions, comments, and recommendations, you can email us at macintoshandmaud@gmail.com or find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.